no rap monster child was born.
She said, yeah, I'll come tomorrow.
Pump Up the Jam, it's more than a song. It's a cultural earthquake, an instant rush of 80s nostalgia, club lights, and boom boxes.
He was looking for a black female rapper. I was the only one in the country. So.
But here's something most people never knew. That unforgettable voice, it wasn't the woman you saw on screen.
And she told me she worked 15 minutes writing down the lyrics, came the next day, and we recorded Pump Up the Jam.
In 1989, Technotronic dropped a track that took over the world. MTV was spinning it non-stop. Dance floors were shaking. But the music video was hiding something. Someone. The face lip-syncing those lyrics belonged to a model named Felly. She looked the part. But the voice? That raw, powerful delivery came from a 17-year-old Congolese-Belgian rapper named Y.A. Kid K, who wasn't credited.
Thing you know, his guys came to me and said, hey, your record is in the store, and there's this naked girl on it like that. I'm like, ah.
Felly told everybody that she had sung it.
Seen, or even told she'd be replaced. Why? At a time when image was everything and the music industry was full of smoke and mirrors, record labels wanted marketability. To them, Y.A. Kid K young, black, with a bold street edge didn't fit the polished pop fantasy they were selling. And Technotronic wasn't even a band in the traditional sense. It was a brainchild of Joe Boggett, a philosophy teacher turned producer, who saw music as a conceptual project, not a group of artists.
It was a situation that my manager brought to me and said to me, look, these guys, they need someone to rap and to write, so are you interested? And I was like, okay, cool, because I just wanted to get on the mic, I didn't care.
But what started as a clever studio experiment quickly morphed into one of music's most infamous image hoaxes. And when the truth came out, it exploded with lawsuits, heartbreak, and a battle for identity at the heart of it all.
I was pregnant. It was get on stage, throw up, get on stage, then come off the stage, throw up, get back on stage.
Today, we uncover the truth behind one of the most deceptive moments in pop history. And believe me if you think the video was a scandal, wait till you hear what went down backstage. Before Technotronic became a global sensation, it was just an idea one sparked not in a studio, but in the mind of a Belgian philosophy teacher named Joe Boggett.
Get up, get busy, do it, get up and move that body. Get up, people, now get down to God before the night is over.
Yeah, you heard that right. Before the beats and bass lines, Joe was lecturing about Nietzsche and Descartes. But something else was calling him. His dad owned an electronics store, and that early exposure to tech unlocked a hidden passion for music. Boggett wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing a sound.
In the Get Up video, they had decided to have both of us in there and to sort of fade her out and fade me in so as to not confuse the public or whatever. That's why you have her in the video lip sync.
In the late 80s, he dove headfirst into Belgium's underground club scene, where genres were colliding. American house, new beat, hip-hop, it was all swirling together. He saw potential in the chaos. Using synths, samplers, and drum machines, Boggett started producing under aliases, blending styles into something new, a raw, soulful blend he called hip house. Technotronic wasn't a band to him, it was a canvas, a rotating door studio project where he could plug in talent, craft the sound, and push boundaries without the baggage of traditional music groups. But to make the music work, he needed real voices, powerful ones, voices that could deliver edge, attitude, and authenticity. And that's when he found her Y.A. Kid K. When the Pump Up the Jam video hit airwaves in 1989, it exploded. But there was a problem. The woman dancing and lip-syncing the words wasn't the one who recorded them. The label had replaced Y.A. Kid K with a model named Felly Kalingi. Why? Marketing. They thought Felly had to look tall, striking, and more aligned with what they believed would sell on MTV. The decision wasn't just sneaky, it was calculated. Y.A. Kid K wasn't told. She wasn't even credited. To make matters worse, she was only 17. That made her legally vulnerable, with little control over how her voice and image were being used. The label figured they could pull it off quietly, just another industry trick. But they underestimated her. Cracks started to show fast. When Technotronic began doing press in the US, Felly was sent to pose as the artist. But she didn't speak English at all. She did interviews in French, while fans watched, confused. The disconnect between the fierce voice on the track and the person speaking on TV was undeniable. Fans were asking questions. The media started to notice. The label couldn't keep the story straight. That's when Y.A. Kid K decided to fight back. She hired an agent, took legal action, and reclaimed her place both on stage and in the spotlight. By the time the next single dropped, Get Up, Before the Night Is Over, the truth was out. The voice that powered Technotronic was finally visible to the world. But the celebration didn't last long. Behind the cameras, tensions were rising. The next chapter would bring pressure, pregnancy, and a breakdown no one saw coming. With the truth finally out, YA Kid K took center stage and Technotronic went global. The hits didn't stop. Get Up, Before the Night Is Over. This beat is Technotronic and rocking over the beat. They weren't a one-hit wonder anymore. They were on fire, charting everywhere, selling out arenas, and opening for Madonna on her Blonde Ambition tour. It looked like a dream, but behind the scenes, it was falling apart. MC Eric, the group's rapper, was struggling with the pressure. Playing to 40,000 people every night was surreal and exhausting. For YA Kid K, the stress was doubled. She was secretly pregnant with Eric's child and fighting through morning sickness at every stop. She later described it in brutal honesty. I'd throw up, go on stage, then come off and throw up again. And beyond the physical toll, a storm was brewing backstage. Boggett, the creator of Technotronic, was clashing with the performers over rights and control. Who really owned the name? Who was making the decisions? What started as a creative project was now a legal and emotional battlefield. For YA Kid K and MC Eric, something had to give. Mid-tour, without drama or press, they quietly walked away. They didn't wait for things to explode. They made a choice. Their health, their baby, and their dignity came first. Technotronic kept moving. Boggett was still at the helm. But the heartbeat, the voice and soul that made it iconic had just stepped off stage. And yet, this wasn't the end. In fact, what came next for each of them might be even more unexpected. With YA Kid K and MC Eric gone, Technotronic wasn't over, but it wasn't the same. Joe Boggett returned to his original blueprint. This wasn't a band. It was a concept, a musical lab. He brought in new collaborators and kept building. In 1991, Technotronic released its second album, Body to Body. The production was clean. The energy was there. But something felt different because it was different. The new lead was Regine Reggie Magua, with backup from singer Riv and rapper Colt 45. Tracks like Move That Body and Work landed in European clubs and Australian charts, but they didn't leave a global footprint. And then, the unthinkable happened. Technotronic blew up in the US again, not with a new release but with an old song. Move This, a forgotten track from their first album, was featured in a high-profile Revlon ad campaign. Just like that, it was back on the charts. But this time, something was different. The single was properly credited, Technotronic featuring YA Kid K. The irony was rich. The same voice the industry tried to keep invisible was now leading a second wave of success. YA Kid K had gone from a ghost in her own story to the name on the front of the record. And it wasn't a fluke. The world had always loved her voice. It just took a while for the industry to catch up. For Boggett, the project continued. But for YA Kid K, this unexpected revival became the springboard for her solo career. Technotronic was changing, but one truth remained. You can't fake soul. And hers had never left the music. Now let's see where each of them ended up, and how their stories unfolded after the final beat dropped. After the spotlight faded, the people behind Technotronic each took wildly different paths, some into the music world, others far from it. YA Kid K finally got her due. In 1992, she dropped her solo album One World Nation, with Boggett producing. It was praised for its blend of rap, soul, and house, but it didn't sell well. She later called it a blessing and a curse. Technotronic gave her a platform, but the industry only wanted one sound from her. Still, her voice stayed active. She was behind the hit Spin That Wheel with High Tech 3 featured on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack, and even returned to Technotronic for later projects in 1995 and 2000. Her voice continued to echo through the dance scene well into the 2010s. MC Eric reinvented himself entirely. Under the name Me One, he became a respected producer and solo artist, working with legends like The Roots and Guru from Gang Starr. Joe Boggett stepped away from fame. He became a producer for Belgian rock artists and even author, writing books on art and philosophy. And Felly? She vanished from the public eye completely. To this day, her whereabouts remain a mystery. Technotronic wasn't just a moment, it was a mirror that reflected everything right and wrong with the music industry at the time. Innovation, energy, and global connection, wrapped in image control, exploitation, and silence. But the truth found a way through. A teenager's voice broke the mold, survived a cover-up, and ended up becoming one of the most iconic sounds of a generation. This story isn't just about stolen credit. It's about resilience, about refusing to be erased. about showing the world that the voice matters more than the package. And the irony? The very thing the industry tried to hide YA Kid Kaya's presence. Her grit, her sound is what fans still remember today. Technotronic may have started as an experiment, but it became something more, a movement, a controversy, and a case study in how truth eventually wins. So now it's your turn. Did you know this story? Were you shocked when you found out the truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. And if you want more untold music stories like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got plenty more behind-the-scenes history coming your way.